we are in downtown Bryan, physical activity is so important for your health, and today we're having the cutting ribbon of the new trails, the walking trails in downtown Bryan. This is something that the School of Public Health was very interested in. We know that physical activity can be improved if you have supportive environments, and this is the perfect example of how people in a community came together to build walking trails that everyone can enjoy. So this is an activity that's part of our program on healthy aging, and we are just delighted that downtown Bryan has really been recognized for being a community so concerned about active living.
Howdy!
Howdy!
Well, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out on what is a beautiful morning in Bryan College Station, and as we cut the ribbon on the City Beats walking trails, and I'd like to introduce Julie Robardo, who's going to tell us all about what an amazing project and a really collaboration to bring these trails to downtown Bryan. So,
Great.
Julie?
Thank you, Jared. Just a little bit of history behind how we got the City Beat walking trails started. This was part of a community obesity grant project that a group of individuals wrote. This included the School of Rural Public Health, Texas AgriLife Extension, Brazos Valley Community Action Agency, and then a part of Texas AgriLife Extension called Youth Development Initiative. We received $150,000 from the Department of State Health Services, and part of that project we had to actually implement something, and we chose to do the downtown walking trails. We figured this would be a great addition to the historic district in downtown Bryan, add to the First Friday activities that go on, and as our trees continue to grow, we'll have some shade to walk in those trails. So we worked very closely with the City of Bryan. In fact, I would like to thank Nikki Norton, Dale Pica, and Julie Fulgham, along with Daryl Lovelet and Leslie Becker. They were very key in us getting these signs in downtown Bryan and getting them up. Chanum Lee and her students were critical in the sign design and the design of the walking trails. We actually hosted a community design contest. I believe it was back in October. Had lots and lots of entries from Texas A&M students, local community members. We narrowed it down to 2. We really liked both designs. We actually asked the designers to meet together and meld their designs, and this is what we came up with. We have a half-mile, 1 mile, and 1.5 mile trail. There are trail maps on the table over there, so make sure you pick one up today. And we hope this will continue to add to the downtown Bryan experience. So I'll turn it back to Jared.
I was going to say, is there anyone else here you want to introduce from your team?
Sure. Our project management team consisted of Marsha Ori, Judy Warren, Eleanor Ryder was my project coordinator, and Corliss Outley. She was our Youth Development Initiative project team member. So this project would not have been successful without these individuals. We've got some great experience on the team, very creative people in coming up with all of our projects, and very connected people, and it helps to know different people to be able to get something like this in place in the city. So thank you project team members.
Does anyone have any questions?
It is clearly marked. There are signs throughout the trail. When you look at the map, the trail is also marked on the map. So we will be taking a half-mile walk this morning after our event here, so you're welcome to follow us and get a little bit of exercise in.
And we have pedometers for everyone,
Right.
and this will help you track how far you walk today and every day of your life.
As well as water, bananas, and granola
Yeah,
bars,
there
so
are
you
some-
can keep up good nutrition and hydration.
Awesome.
All right.
Oh, there's also a QR code. If you look at the map in the bottom left corner, used to teach preschool, there's that little funky black and white kind of squirrely barcode looking thing. That's actually called a QR code. And if you have a QR scanner on your smartphone, then you can just scan that and it will immediately pop up the city's audio walking tour narrated by Mayor Bayinsky. If you don't have a QR scanner, it's really easy. They're free to download. If you just go into your app store or marketplace or whatever your phone calls it and search QR scanner, it'll pop up a lot of options for you and you can immediately download one for free.
Okay. Awesome.
Well, great job.
Thank you.
I want to thank You always blank when you get to this part of
Yes,
the show.
this is the name.
First off, I want to thank Mayor Jason Bianski, for being here today. And Mayor, do you want to say anything on behalf of the city of Bryan?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you, Coach.
I was going to bring that up in a minute.
Jared's my softball coach.
It actually just
Okay, connects to the, okay. So I didn't hear anything here. Very good. But howdy. It is Collegiate Colors Day, so all those in maroon and white, please step forward. All those in the other colors, please step back. And actually, the maroon and white moved to the shade. But so I'm glad everybody else wore their collegiate colors, regardless of what school they support and attended. But I thought this might be unprofessional if I didn't dress up today. But we're supporting our collegiate colors. But on behalf of the City of Bryan, I want to thank everyone for being here. I want to introduce a few people. We've got Councilmember Richard Cortez, who represents downtown Bryan and this district here, so we're glad to have you here. Councilmember Cortez is going to do the 1.5 mile trail here, and the mayor's going to do the half mile, and we'll see who wins. But also want to welcome Mr. James Edge from Congressman Bill Flores' office. And James, we appreciate you being here today and support of these efforts here. And Julie, I appreciate your team for this. Julie's husband and I go way back since we were little kids, so I'm glad you had involvement in here, and it's a beautiful day here in downtown Bryan. But I want to thank your team and the Upbeat project team that chose grant funding to spend here in downtown Bryan. And this grant is aimed at environmental policy change on improving levels of physical activity for all the residents of Bryan College Station and our visitors. This project encourages community members to enjoy downtown Bryan while getting some exercise along the 3 marked trails, the half mile, the mile, and the mile-and-a-half trail. To complement the Upbeat walking trails, an audio tour of downtown Bryan was created by no other than the mayor. We tried to hire some professional folks to do it, and we're on a tight budget this year, Richard, so the mayor agreed to do that. But and I thoroughly enjoyed it. After the 10th or 12th time that we retook it, I think I could tell you everything about downtown Bryan, and even if you don't do the trail, it's good to listen to the tour because it's got a lot of history about the buildings and architecture and everything here in downtown Bryan. And so you can go on to the City of Bryan's website, bryantx.gov, to also listen to that. Many folks work diligently on this project, including the Upbeat project team, city staff, and many other community leaders, including youth who are part of the Youth Health Leadership Initiative. Thanks again for focusing your efforts on downtown Bryan. We're hopeful that in continuing to improve physical activity here and these trails will improve the overall health of our community, and our health will continue to improve. Thank you again for coming out this morning. I want to thank everyone for being here on this not so hot day. It's not too bad today. It's actually the coolest time we've had here. But again, thank you for being here on behalf of the City Council and the citizens of Bryan. Thank you.
I'll say, don't go too far away, Mayor. You can thank the Chamber for the weather this morning. We'll take credit for that. And I do just want to ask, I know you're going to start with the half mile today, but if you can work your way up to the 1.5 miles, you might be...
For next year?
For next year. Next year's softball game, you'll be in perfect shape if you can get up to that 1.5 miles. So just be working on that.
You didn't tell me the bases were that far.
I figured a man of your caliber knew that.
You tell me you couldn't take a break in between home plate and first base. But,
We'll put in a new rule for next year just for you. But no, we really do want to thank the City of Bryan for coming out today and for all that they've done. We have one of our board members, actually, we were down here yesterday for the State Center ribbon cutting, and I don't know if I was supposed to reveal this or not. It's pretty well public knowledge at this point. But Ken Fogel from Atmos Energy in 29 days will be the chair-elect for the Board of Directors for the Chamber of Commerce. And so, Ken, I invite you to bring greetings on behalf of the board.
Thanks, Jared. On behalf of the Chamber's Board of Directors, we want to thank and congratulate you guys for the great work that you've done here in downtown Bryan. I'm sure that a lot of you have heard about our Shop Locally campaign in Bryan College Station. Well, this year, our new initiative, or one of our new initiatives, was to get healthy locally. And part of that is centered on all the health services that we have here in Bryan College Station. But even more so, we would love to see people actually be preventative about health issues. And part of that is getting active. And I love to find ways that people can actually be healthy by being active in things they do every day. And obviously being in downtown Bryan and walking around is something that we all love to do. So thank you guys for doing that. I also want to point out a few chamber events that are coming up in the near future. First of all, next Friday at lunch, we are having the Community Impact Awards Luncheon, which recognizes business owners that are in historically underutilized business, something like that, hub businesses. So if you're interested in attending that luncheon, please let us know. We have tickets to that available. In addition to that, something that's very dear to downtown Bryan, the city of Bryan, is we have our deluxe ribbon cutting for Texas Reds, and that's going to be October 22nd here in downtown Bryan. September 22nd. So thank you. And then lastly, we have our annual crawfish boil and lobster fest and our golf tournament on September 25th and 26th. Whew. So I hope you can come out and join us. If you have questions about any of that stuff, let us know. We'd love to help you out. Here you go, Jared.
Thank you, Ken. Great job. And then I'd also like to recognize our ambassador group. I can tell you from personal experience, this is the best group of ambassadors, not only in the state of Texas, but I can say in the entire United States, because I'm not Royce Hickman. I'm not held to any liability. I can pretty much say whatever I want. So, greatest group of ambassadors in the entire country, and Jason Cornelius with First Victoria Bank is one of their captains this year. And Jason, I invite you to bring greetings on behalf of the ambassadors.
Well, as a longtime community resident, I want to say, number one, that the improvements to the downtown Bryan are amazing, but the fact that y'all are giving us an opportunity to be able to walk it and see all of those improvements and be healthy is just wonderful, and so we really want to congratulate you on that. As part of what Jerry was saying, as an ambassador, what we do is we take all of this information that we learned today and get it out into the city. And one of the things that I'll definitely be able to do is give this information to my mom, because she loves walking, and to be able to do it in such a wonderful environment like this will be amazing. So again, all of our business cards are here. If y'all ever need anything, please just let us know and we'll be happy to help y'all with that. Congratulations.
Well, Julie, just to kind of wrap things up before we cut your ribbon, we just want to thank you for all the work that you've done in getting these trails installed here. This really is a unique experience. I know you mentioned Leslie Becker, and I'm going to embarrass her for a little bit. Leslie and I, we grew up together. We graduated high school together. Come on up, Leslie. But this doesn't just go out to you. This goes out to the entire City of Bryan staff. I got that shirt. Wow. I know. She's blending both. For a College Station girl, she looks good for wearing a Bryan shirt. But the development in downtown Bryan in just the last 15 years is nothing short of remarkable. This is a destination location now, and it is great to be down here. We were over here yesterday for Stage Center. We'll be back for the deluxe ribbon cutting for Texas Reds. I know y'all are expecting an even bigger crowd this year. This really is a great place, and these trails just enhance the opportunities that you have in downtown Bryan to enjoy being in the city of Bryan. So we really do want to thank you for that. You continue to improve the quality of life in Bryan, and that's really what the Chamber is all about. So we thank you for all that you've done, and let's go ahead and cut your ribbon. Congratulations.
1, 2, 3.
Howdy, my name is Jason Blynsky. I'm the mayor of Bryan. I want to welcome everyone to downtown Bryan. I want to thank the Upbeat Project Trail group for what they've done here with our new trails, and want to invite everyone to come out to historic, beautiful downtown Bryan and walk the half-mile or 1.5-mile trail, see what we've done in downtown Bryan, see the progress that's been made here in downtown Bryan, and enjoy the merchants, enjoy the shopping, enjoy the restaurants, and everything that downtown Bryan has to offer. And we congratulate all those involved in this efforts.